If you are a fan of Marvel Studios and are tuned in just a little bit more than the casual viewer, you have probably heard about Kevin Feige. You know who he is, you know what he's done, and how important he is to the overall concept and the success of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So recently we had a pretty interesting update on how exactly Kevin Feige approaches assigning projects to various people involved with them. So this piece of info was revealed by Jonathan Schwartz, who is the producer of Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. And he specifically talked about the idea of bringing Shang-Chi to life and how Marvel Studios operates when it comes to Kevin Feige assigning you your job and what you're going to be doing and what you're directing, what you're involved with, the genre, and everything. And what he revealed, without going into everything, just to sort of make it simple, is they get a bunch of people together that all have ideas, that are working on multiple different projects for the MCU, that maybe aren't even fully dead set on their vision, and they all sit together and they toss out ideas, they talk about the exciting projects that are coming up, and they figure out, how does this character fit into this with this producer, this director, and this vision, and how does that all connect to whatever is the ultimate end goal down the road. Sometimes they're not told what the end goal is, but they sort of get the nod of, this is what we're heading towards, so you can do this, just don't do that here, or that's occupied somewhere else, we can't tell you why, but you'll know soon enough. And this isn't really much of a new revelation. It's just sort of adding to what we've heard before from people like John Watts, for example, or Taika Waititi, or even the Russo brothers themselves, talking about how they get everybody together, they hash out an idea. Feige has this giant idea with like a decade plus on a board in his office, and he goes, this is where we're going, this is what we got now, and this is the timeline, this is the whole thing. And they're constantly trying to see how they could fit in new things, maybe shuffle things around and play around with ideas. So as it's been revealed, if you have another concept that suddenly they can fit in there, or it's such a good idea that they want to push forward with it, they can find and make room for it because they feel that it's important. And this is one of those things that made Shang-Chi a reality, that made Black Panther a reality. It's making Miss Marvel a reality, and countless other new projects like Moon Knight, because there's a need and there's a demand, and there's also people showing up pitching those projects. So if it shows up and it's all aligning up, well, you got the job, go work in your little corner of the Marvel Universe.